If the idea of being an online creator makes you want to stop before you even get started, that's actually a good sign. You don't need to be exciting or aesthetic or constantly visible to sell a digital product. Boring sells. And I don't mean low effort. I mean clear, stupid simple, and ridiculously useful. The digital products that quietly make the most money are usually the ones that no one brags about. Your checklists, templates, simple guides that do one job really well. And in this video, I'm going to show you 4 types of boring digital products people actually pay for with real examples so that you can figure out which one fits what you already know and what you actually have time to build. A quick note before we jump in. If you want realistic step-by-step help building digital products without hyper hustle, make sure you're subscribed. I post new videos every Monday. I read every comment. And I build new videos based on what people tell me they're stuck on. All right, let's talk about boring. When I say boring, I want to be really clear here because people hear that word and assume I'm talking about something low value. That's not what I mean. Boring does not mean sloppy. It doesn't mean lazy. It doesn't mean throw something together and hope for the best. Boring means the product does one job clearly, without trying to entertain anyone. It doesn't depend on your personality. It doesn't require you to teach for 3 hours. It doesn't need a complicated funnel with 17 steps. It solves a specific problem for a specific person, and it helps them move forward. And that's why it sells. So most people think a digital product has to be some genius original idea, something no one has ever seen before. But buyers are not paying you for novelty. They're paying you for relief. They want to stop Googling. They want to stop second guessing themselves. They want to stop staring at a blank page thinking, I have no idea what to do next. That's what boring products do best. Here's what usually happens when someone builds the exciting product. It starts out as a good idea, then it grows. Then it needs more features, more lessons, more polish, and suddenly nothing's finished. Boring products don't invite that kind of chaos. They're easier to create because they're smaller. They're easier to price because the value is obvious. And they're easier to explain because they don't require a TED Talk to understand. And most importantly, boring products attract buyers, not browsers. People don't pay because they're inspired. They buy because they want something off their plate. I'm not going to give you a list of 25 ideas because that usually just adds decision fatigue. Instead, I want to walk you through 4 different types of boring digital products that people actually pay for. And I'm going to give you examples as we go. So as you listen, I want you to notice the themes. These are products that help someone decide faster, set something up without drama, get words on the page without overthinking, or finally understand something that has been confusing them for way too long. Let's start with decision simplifiers. All right, what's that? Well, decision simplifiers help people stop overthinking and make a choice. Think about someone who wants to raise backyard chickens. They're stuck on questions like, which breed should I get? How many do I start with? Do I need a coop or a run first? So a boring but profitable product here could be a simple checklist that says, if you live in a cold climate, choose these breeds. If you want eggs fast, start here. Or look at it like photography. A beginner is overwhelmed by lenses, cameras, and settings. A decision simplifier could be a short guide that helps them choose the right setup based on what they actually want to photograph. Or fitness. Someone trying to lose 5 pounds doesn't need a full program. They need help deciding whether to focus on food, movement, or habits first. People don't pay for neutral information. They pay for clarity. If you've ever helped someone make a decision in 5 minutes that they've been stuck on for weeks, this category applies to you. The second type is setup and starter guides. These sell because most people aren't stuck because they lack motivation. They're stuck because they don't know the order. They're thinking, well, what do I do first? Then they Google it. And now they're buried in conflicting advice. And suddenly they've spent their entire Saturday learning instead of building. So think about gardening. A beginner doesn't need to know everything about soil science. They want to know what to plant first, when to plant it, and what tools they actually need to get started. So a boring starter guide might be a simple first season garden checklist, or a step-by-step guide for setting up raised beds the right way the first time, or meal prep. Someone wants to eat healthier but feels overwhelmed. A boring but profitable product could be a Sunday setup guide that walks them through planning, shopping, and prepping for the week in the right order. People do not want more information. They want the right sequence. If you've ever shown someone how to get started faster by saying, do this first, then worry about that later, you already know how to create this kind of product. The third category is quietly powerful. Templates. They don't just save time, they save mental energy. And they work because they remove the blank page problem. They give someone structure when they don't trust their own structure yet. So think about someone trying to train a new puppy. A boring but profitable template could be a daily routine chart or a behavior tracking log. Or in photography, a shot planning template that helps someone think through the lighting, the location, and the timing before they ever pick up the camera. Or weight loss, a simple meal planning template or habit tracker that removes the daily, what should I do today question. The buyer isn't paying for creativity here, they're paying for reduced effort. So if you've ever written the same instructions more than once or created a simple system for yourself, that's a template someone else would happily pay for. Now the fourth type is frameworks and explainers. These are products that help someone understand something that feels messy and overwhelming. So this is for the person who keeps consuming content but still feels confused because they don't understand how the pieces fit together. A framework is not content. It's a map. This might be a one-page model, a simple process diagram, a cheat sheet that explains what matters the most, or a visual that shows the order of operations. If you've ever explained something and watched someone's face go from confused to relieved, you've seen the value of a framework in real time. These products don't have to teach everything. They just have to give someone the shape of the problem so they stop feeling lost. And if you're coming from corporate, this is the kind of thing you've probably done for years. You just didn't call it a digital product. All four of these types have something in common. They're useful without requiring you to constantly show up. They don't depend on trends. They don't expire because Instagram changed the algorithm. They don't rely on you having a perfect aesthetic or filming every day. They're useful today and they'll be useful next year. They're also easy to improve over time. You can refine them, expand them, bundle them, or create a series. And that's where boring turns into sustainable. At this point, you might be thinking,
who would pay for something this simple?
People who are tired, people who want clarity, and people who don't want to figure it out the hard way. Or maybe you're thinking,
couldn't they just Google that?
Yes, they probably could. Google gives you 50 answers. You give them one clear path forward. That's the difference. Most people don't fail because they choose the wrong idea. They fail because they choose something too big. A boring product is easier to finish, easier to validate, and easier to improve. Momentum matters more than originality at the beginning. If you're not totally sure what your first product should be, I've got a free guide linked below called 10 Digital Products You Can Create This Weekend. It helps you choose something simple and doable. And if you already have an idea and you're ready to build it, my shortcut to selling your first digital product will walk you through the steps. And then once you've got that first product done and you're thinking about how to turn it into a simple funnel that runs without you posting every day, that's what I'll be teaching inside the Fast Funnel Builder. That's not open yet, but I've got a waitlist linked below if you want to be the first to know when it is. Now in the next video, I'll show you how these boring products plug into a simple system that sells in the background. without daily posting or constant visibility. It's called How to Automate Your Sales Process for Passive Income. Watch that one next. And remember, you don't need to be exciting to build something that works. You just need to be useful. All right, here's to your success. If this saved you time or gave you clarity, please hit like and subscribe. I've got a lot more videos coming and they're all made with you in mind.